February 2025 is over, and as always, that means it's time to look at the latest and greatest mods that have arrived in the shortest month of the year. While February may be short, it certainly didn't hold back when it came to mod releases. We got some big, ambitious projects, plenty of smaller scale quality of life improvements, and a few surprises that nobody saw coming. No matter the scale, all of these mods brought something interesting to the table. So, without further delay, let's dive right in. Our first mod, Modern Minimap, adds a well-designed, fully functional minimap in the game. Fallout New Vegas never had a minimap, as Bethesda and Obsidian opted for the compass-based navigation system. But if you played other open-world RPGs, you'll know that many modern games feature a minimap. This mod introduces one that is highly detailed and smooth in execution. By default, this mod tracks your movement with a subtle yet effective trail effect. The minimap also highlights vendors, collectibles, and nearby NPCs. What really sets this mod apart from many developer-made minimaps is the ability to track not only the living enemies but also their corpses. Personally, I tend to prefer the Bethesda-style compass system over a minimap. I find that minimaps can be a bit distracting and take my focus away from the world itself. However, if you don't have that issue, this is one of the most polished and well-implemented minimap mods available. Next up, we have Smooth Notifications, a simple yet effective UI mod that enhances the game's notification system. The new notifications are slick, animated, and visually distinct, making them easier to notice without being obtrusive. This is especially useful in situations where multiple notifications appear in quick succession, such as when looting bodies and completing objectives. If you're someone who appreciates small but impactful quality of life improvements, this mod is definitely worth checking out. Animations can go a long way in making a game feel more immersive, and Mali J's Season 1 B42 Inject Pack does just that for food items. This mod adds new animations for a wide variety of consumables, giving them a more natural and realistic feel. While the animations are generally well done, there are occasional oddities in how the character grabs certain food items. Sometimes the hand positioning looks a little off, which is slightly immersion breaking. However, considering that most of these food items didn't have unique animations in the first place, this is a welcome improvement. If you enjoy immersive animation mods, this mod is definitely a great addition. Diagonum is back with another top tier world space overhaul, and this time he set his sights on the Aerotech Office Park. If you're familiar with the base game, you know that this NCR refugee camp is pretty barren and forgettable.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
It has a few NPCs and a giant tent, but overall it's an area that feels like it could have been much more. DM's Aerotech Office Park completely reworks this location, transforming it into a true refugee hub filled with clutter, new assets, and environmental storytelling. Right from the moment you step into the area, you can tell a lot of thought and effort went into making this space feel more lived in. Unlike many mods that add palm trees and greeneries to areas, this one takes a more realistic approach. Palm trees that do exist are dried up and withered, reflecting the harsh Mojave conditions. NPC pathfinding isn't perfect in this mod, with a few characters getting stuck on obstacles or wandering aimlessly at times, but this is a minor issue in the grand scheme of things. The sheer amount of detail packed into the overhaul makes it an easy recommendation for anyone looking to enhance the Mojave's world building. If you ever wanted a fully functional mobile player home in Fallout New Vegas, Mighty Motorhome is the mod for you. This mod gives you access to a compact and fully equipped motorhome that allows you to travel to various locations. You'll find a holotape in the Mojave outpost that, when interacted with, teleports you to an abandoned garage. Inside, you will find the motorhome alongside several dead bodies, adding a bit of mystery to the backstory. The vehicle itself is intentionally cramped, making it feel like an authentic mobile home rather than a spacious luxury chute. Despite its small size, it contains every facility you could need, from a workbench to a healing station to a cooking area. One of the coolest features of this mod is the ability to travel between locations, allowing you to bring your home with you wherever you go. This opens up a variety of role-playing possibilities, making it a great choice for those who enjoy immersive player homes. Stealth mechanics in Fallout New Vegas are functional but not particularly deep. B42 lore seeks to enhance stealth gameplay by adding a new feature, the ability to whistle. This is a mechanic often seen in stealth-focused games like Assassin's Creed or Splinter Cell, allowing players to manipulate enemy movements. In theory, this is a fantastic addition, but in practice, it highlights some of New Vegas' shortcomings. Since the game's stealth system isn't as robust as those found in dedicated stealth titles, the effectiveness of this mod depends on how you use it. it. If you're hoping to systematically lure enemies into traps or eliminate them one by one, you might find the AI behavior a bit inconsistent. That said, it does work as intended, and for players who enjoy experimenting with stealth mechanics, this is a fun tool to have at your disposal. Goodies is a collection of mods from Culo 7 along with some features exclusive to this version, aimed at fixing and restoring a lot of vanilla game content. This is a huge collection with many changes and enhancements, so I'll highlight a few notable ones. For example, there's better LOD in Hoover Dam, more pylons in Boulder City, and children can now be seen in Thorn. Additionally, some creatures have gained the ability to swim. This project is fantastic and in my opinion a must-have for any load order. I finally caved, retextures caves and many cave-specific clutter objects to be more detailed while still fitting within the game's aesthetic. The vanilla cave textures always seem too smooth to me, almost like ice rather than rock, and this mod fixes that issue perfectly. It also retextures ant eggs, nests and other small environmental clutter. The attention to detail here makes this mod a clear improvement over the vanilla game, making it a worthy addition to your mod list. Next, we have a very simple but effective mod, Restored Physics Sounds. If you remember, in the base game most objects don't make any noise when they fall. This mod restores those cut sounds, adding more immersion and realism in the world. Now, let's talk about weapons. Hunting Rifle and Friend is another fantastic weapon made by Zemi. The base hunting rifle is a decent weapon but suffers from relatively low damage output. This mod introduces two unique variants that completely change how you use the weapon. One variant has a scope and deals a huge amount of damage, making it a great choice for long-range engagements. The other variant is fast firing but has the caveat that you can't use iron sights with it. These unique variants encourage different playstyles, making the mod a well-thought-out addition to the game. Moving on, we have two very simple yet effective mods. The first is B42 Dynamic Pip-Boy. This mod adds a subtle wiggle effect when switching between different tabs and categories in a Pip-Boy. The second is King's Sign Neon Dancer Animation. This mod adds a cool animated effect to the King's neon sign, giving it more personality and making the place more alive. Now, for the big one.
The big one.
The big one. The big one! What is the big one?
Freeside Nightlife expansion might be one of the best Freeside overhaul mods in a long time. This mod completely revamps both parts of Freeside, adding new interiors and transforming it into a more vibrant, neon-lit night city. Neon signs now illuminate nearly every storefront, and the atmospheric lighting inside the building is excellent too. Some interiors are direct copies of vanilla designs, but most bars and strip clubs have been completely redesigned. There's even a fully fledged nightclub. While it may not be as immersive as something out of Cyberpunk, it is far superior to the awkward nightclubs from Starfield. I already mentioned it, but lighting and interior design in this mod are exceptional. These elements work together to make the place feel much more natural and lived in. If the mod author can get some voice actors for the new NPCs and add some quests to the area, this mod could easily go from being one of the best Freeside overhaul mods to the definitive best. And that wraps up my selection for February. This month I was a bit more selective with the mods I covered, so I featured fewer overall, but I hope you found them worthwhile. As always, thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.